General Hospital spoilers tease that Thursday, May 28 could bring the very first real sign that Christina's exit is finally beginning. And honestly, guys, I don't think a lot of us are ready for that. Because the more I look at everything happening right now, the more it feels like the writers are quietly setting the stage for Christina to disappear from Port Charles in a way nobody fully expected. And if you ask me, this one hurts. What makes this even more emotional is the fact that Christina's story never really feels finished. That's the strange vibe I can't shake. It feels like there are still loose ends everywhere, but suddenly, the show may be pushing her toward a completely different future. Molly apparently offers support and encouragement to her sister, and that alone already sounds like goodbye energy to me. You know what I mean? Soap operas always do this subtle thing where family members suddenly become extra understanding right before someone leaves town. Christina possibly deciding to leave Port Charles to reunite with Blaze honestly would make sense, but I don't even think this is just about romance anymore. It seems like Christina may want an entirely different life now. Maybe she's tired of the chaos. Maybe she's tired of constantly being pulled into everyone else's disasters. And now there are rumors she could start attending some kind of school or training program. That part really caught my attention. Because if Christina suddenly starts talking about education, long-term career plans, and leaving bartending behind, then this could absolutely be the beginning of a full character reset. A softer exit. A more hopeful one. Instead of another tragedy. Still, I can't help wondering whether Christina is truly leaving because she wants a fresh start or because something deeper has emotionally broken her over the past year. And let's be real here. Alexis probably supports this decision too. Maybe even more than Molly does. Alexis has spent so long watching her daughter spiral through pain, secrets, heartbreak, and danger. So maybe she sees this as Christina's only chance to finally escape the darkness surrounding this town. But here's the thing that keeps bothering me. Soap exits are rarely peaceful for long. So even if Christina leaves for school or for Blaze, could something dangerous interrupt that plan first? Could someone target Christina before she even gets out of town? Because lately it feels like nobody connected to Sunny's orbit stays safe for very long. Meanwhile, Geo may be heading toward a huge discovery, and honestly, I think this situation could explode fast. The second I heard Geo uncover something new, my brain immediately went back to Rocco and Cullum. Because, come on, that entire shooting situation still feels messy. It feels incomplete. And the more people who start learning pieces of the truth, the more unstable this entire storyline becomes. I actually think Geo may discover evidence connected to Rocco shooting Cullum. Maybe a hidden detail nobody noticed before. Maybe proof that somebody manipulated the situation. Or maybe Geo learns Rocco is in even more danger than everyone realizes. But what worries me most is this idea that Geo could continue protecting Rocco instead of exposing him. Guys, that would be huge. Because once somebody starts covering up crimes out of loyalty, they slowly become trapped in the same darkness too. And Geo already seems emotionally torn enough as it is. If he chooses Rocco over the truth, then this could completely change who Geo becomes moving forward. I even wonder if Geo starts thinking Port Charles itself is the problem. What if he decides the only way to protect Rocco is to leave town and find him before someone else does? That possibility actually feels very real to me right now. But then there's Emma. And honestly, Emma may become the emotional voice of reason here. Because if Geo runs toward danger, Emma probably sees exactly how badly this could end. She may fear losing him completely. Not just physically, but emotionally too. If Geo becomes consumed by guilt and secrets, Emma may realize she's slowly watching him disappear. And I could absolutely see Emma trying to stop him before he destroys his own future. Now, shifting over to Anna, this is where things get really interesting. Because suddenly there are hints that Anna's situation is improving, and if that's true, then a return to Port Charles may be coming sooner than expected. And let me tell you something. If Anna walks back into town unexpectedly, several people should panic immediately. Cullum, Sidwell, Pascal, Cassius, every single one of them. Because Anna returning changes the balance of power instantly. She's one of the few people capable of seeing through manipulation fast enough to actually expose dangerous players before they gain total control. And honestly, I've had this feeling for days that Anna's comeback may connect directly to Jocelyn's situation. What if Anna becomes part of a rescue mission? What if she's secretly gathering information already? And here's another thought. I can't stop thinking about, what if Anna knows more about Cassius than anybody realizes? Because the show keeps circling around him in a very suspicious way lately. Almost like they're building toward a massive reveal. The truth may be getting dangerously close to coming out. Speaking of emotional damage, Rick seems fully aware of Liz's abandonment trauma now, and honestly, that dynamic could become much deeper than expected. After everything Britt apparently put Liz through, Rick may feel protective in a way that becomes obsessive. And that's where things could get messy. Because Rick doesn't exactly strike me as somebody who calmly lets things go. If he believes Britt emotionally destroyed Liz, then revenge may absolutely cross his mind. I could even see Rick wanting to track Britt down personally, but Liz probably stops him, not because she forgives Britt, but because the danger level surrounding Britt and Rocco is already out of control. Liz may realize chasing revenge right now only creates more chaos. And honestly, Liz has spent enough time surrounded by violence already. Still, Rick's anger could continue building under the surface. And if you ask me, that's dangerous too. Now let's talk about Isaiah, because Thursday may bring serious fallout from that injury. The preview already hints that someone fears Isaiah's career could be affected, and if that happens, Curtis may face consequences he never saw coming. Guys, this could get ugly legally, because regardless of Curtis's reasoning, he still attacked Isaiah. That fact alone may become impossible to defend. And Trina, I honestly think she may struggle deeply with this situation. Imagine watching your father spiral into violence while trying to justify it afterward. That changes how you see someone. Trina may finally confront Curtis directly. She may even criticize him publicly or emotionally distance herself from him for a while. And honestly, I wouldn't blame her. This whole storyline feels like it's pushing Curtis toward a breaking point. Then there's Portia, who may say something shocking to Curtis. And this is where my mind starts spinning with theories. Because what if Portia suddenly claims Curtis is not the father of the baby? Guys, there are layers to this. Is Portia telling the truth now? Was she lying before? Or is she lying now because she wants distance from Curtis after everything he's done recently? And honestly, I still can't completely dismiss the possibility that Portia and Isaiah secretly manipulated the DNA results from the beginning. I know that sounds wild. But soap operas love hidden paternity twists, especially when relationships start collapsing this fast. And lately, Portia's behavior feels nervous, almost too controlled, like somebody trying very hard to maintain a story before the cracks begin showing. Finally, we have Sonny, and this man clearly has a dangerous plan forming already. On the surface, Sonny helping Laura rescue Britt and Rocco makes total sense because Rocco is family. Sonny protecting family is practically automatic at this point. But the more I think about Sonny's recent behavior, the more I suspect he's planning something far more aggressive behind the scenes. What if Sonny decides Cullum has to be eliminated first? Seriously. What if Sonny believes the only way to save everyone is to strike before Cullum makes another move? And then there's Cassius. Because somehow, I don't think Sonny's interest in him is random either. If Sonny uncovers a secret connected to Cassius, this could completely shift the war happening underneath Port Charles right now. Could Sonny eventually target Cassius in order to save Jocelyn? Could he cross a line even his own family won't accept? Or could this dangerous plan trigger an even bigger disaster nobody sees coming yet? Because right now, it honestly feels like Port Charles is one bad decision away from total chaos.